Hey guys, I wanted to do this the other day. I was at Wally World, and I always go in there. I always ask them if they got any 380 ammo, because it's pretty rare if they do. And if they do, it's usually a good price. Usually they have Remington UMC for like 14 bucks. Well, maybe 15. I'm not sure. Sometimes they have that Winchester white box, but if you guys get that Winchester white box, make sure your 380 can handle that. It's got the flat nose. I call it snub nose, but it's got that the front of the bullet, whatever they call it, flat. And my 380, I can't even. I barely put one round in there. So always check that. I tell you, my little government 380 does not like Winchester white box 380. I got this from Midway a while back. Well, anyway, what the story is, I'm looking in there, and I always ask, "Hey, you got any 380?" And they go, "Yeah." So I went, "Oh." So I looked at where it usually was, and then I saw they had across the top shelf a bunch of TULA ammo, 9mm and 380. And then I also saw they had, I think, 7.62, the white box TULA, and they had UMC. It was 67 bucks for 250 rounds. I didn't want to buy that. I always like to pick up 50 rounds here and there. But I thought that was a pretty good deal. So I would probably check that out. But I also saw they had this, and they had a lot of it. I mean, they had about 50 boxes under there. And I said, "Oh, well, let me take a look at it." I had this I got from, I think, Midway or Cheaper Than Dirt way back. And I haven't had a chance to use it yet. But it looks pretty straightforward. I think my gun will be fine with it. But I asked to look at the TULA 380 at Walmart, and when I got it open, I grabbed it and I looked it around. They looked like they were kind of almost hourglass. They looked a little concave. It looked like the lip was raised. And just from looking at it, you could see the bullet was a little off-center. So, like if you rolled it across the counter, you could see a wobble in it. I mean, I don't know if they got a really good deal on it, and it was a batch of seconds or whatever. This stuff here says this was made in 2010. It was a good lot. This is lot V124. But it just looked, and I asked to see another box and looked at it, and it looked the same. Then I looked at the 9mm, and it just looked like it had been all jacked up. So if I were you, if you're going to buy some of this TULA ammo from Walmart, I would definitely ask to see it. Open it up and examine it first, because I think you'll find that it just doesn't look right. Because once you buy it, even if you haven't left the store, you cannot bring it back. It's federal law. You're not allowed to do that. So I've been shooting TULA for a year now. I've had a chance to shoot it in 223, but 9mm, I've shot a ton of it. That brown bear, silver bear, all of it. Stuff cycles fine. In my opinion, I mean, it's range ammo. You go on the range, no need to shoot the good stuff. Only when you're trying to see what you're carrying. Shoot a mag of that stuff. Make sure it cycles. But hey, if you can get away with 380 for $9, I mean, Christ, that's cheaper than 9mm now. I'd say go for it. But I would absolutely examine it, every box you buy first. And now it's making me question this. I can't wait till I get a chance to try this stuff. So anyway, guys, just a heads up. And if it turns out it's good, it's a heads up on a deal alert. Because man, I'd stock up. I'd buy four or five boxes, even if you don't own a 380. Just keep that stuff around. It's like gold. It'll go up in value for sure. But that's so long as it works. So, all right, guys. Hope this helps. I always appreciate it when people tell me about stuff that's going on out there, and there you go. Still fooling around with my military. Loving that stuff. Alright, guys. Peace.